How's it going? Happy Friday. Wait for a few people to log on here, and then we'll go over quick highlighting and contouring. Get everything out. I think I have it all. Okay, so we'll go ahead and jump on in, and if you missed the beginning, you can just rewatch it later. There's numerous different ways on how to highlight and contour, and I'm going to show you, I have all my stuff set out, that I'm going to show you all these different kind of ways to highlight and contour your face, and how easy it is, and how you don't need to go out and buy a ton of things to highlight and contour with. You can use things that you already have, okay? So, the way that I love to highlight and contour, hey Sam! I love our sculpting trios, okay? As you can tell, they are almost, you can see the bottom. I'm almost needed another one. Okay, so I love the sculpting trios, okay? So I'm going to start off with that. I like to highlight first. Some people like to contour first, so figure out what works best for you. There's no right or wrong. Just figure out what works well for you and go with that, okay? So I have my full face of makeup on except for my highlight and contouring. Hey, Morgan! Okay, so I'm going to use the sculpting trio, and I'm going to use the highlighter, which is like a powder. And in the sculpting trio, hey Carrie, there is little pictures of exactly where to put the makeup. Hey Natasha, I don't normally put the highlighting every single place where it says to put it on. I put it in bare minimum because that's what I like. So find out what you like and what works best for you and go with that, okay? If you want to highlight every single spot it says and you love it, go ahead and do that. But if you don't, that's fine too, okay? So I like to highlight underneath my eye here. You're going to make like a triangle, go all the way down the side of your nose, and then we're going to go all the way back to our hairline, okay? So get a little bit more. Okay, so I go down the side of my nose, and then all the way back. Hey Diana. Okay. We want to highlight this area. Our nose likes to shadow it, so we want to bring light to it. Okay, look, you can tell the difference already. Isn't that awesome? Now I'm going to use I'm going to use another product on my other eye to show other things that you can use. Our BB cream in cream. This is the lightest color BB cream. You're going to recommend using a BB cream to highlight with for like the older generation, the generation that has people that have wrinkles underneath their eyes. If you use a BB cream to highlight underneath their eyes, it's not going to sink into those wrinkles as it would if you used a concealer. The concealer is thicker, so if you use the concealer to highlight underneath your eyes and you have a lot of wrinkles underneath there, oh, I'm sweating, it's hot in here. If you have a lot of wrinkles underneath your eyes, then this is going to settle in those wrinkles and not look very nice. So if you have a lot of wrinkles, older ladies, that kind of stuff, you want to highlight with a BB cream. So I'll highlight my other side of my face with a BB cream. I'm going to use our concealer brush and just put a little bit on here. Watch, it's going to like come all out. Okay, so yeah, just a little bit is all you need. A little bit goes a long ways, and this actually might be too much. Okay, so you're going to, hey Jennifer, hey Joy, hey Liz, how's everybody's weekend going? Anyone have any big plans tonight? Okay, so again, we're going to go down the corner of our nose and then all the way back, make a triangle, and go all the way back to your hairline. Okay. Okay, so down the side of your nose, all the way back. Now, you can leave it like that if you want, or you can put a little bit of loose powder on top of it. This is our Fresh Mineral Concealer. It's a loose powder. Let's see here, it's just a loose powder. Probably should shake it up a little bit. You can leave the BB cream just like that. Aw, Claire's birthday party tomorrow. Is Claire your daughter, Jen? Sweating. Okay, so you can leave the BB cream just like that, or you can set it with the fresh powder. You can also highlight with just the fresh powder, okay? So I'm going to use our blending buds. I'm just going to dip it in the powder, okay? And I'm just going to dab it on top of the BB cream. This is just going to set it a little bit. I have horribly oily skin, so I always want to set my makeup with a powder. For those of you that don't have oily skin, you really don't need to do this step, but since I do, I like to set it, okay? So we did this side with the Light Sculpting Trio. And then we did this side with the BB cream and then the powder. You can also highlight with like our pressed powders, okay? You can use the contour brush, and this of course is a darker pressed powder because I was going to show how to contour with it. But if it was the lighter one, like the Scarlet, you can just use your contour brush in there and you can highlight that way. I'm going to finish highlighting my face with, oh, I didn't even use our concealer. Let's highlight the rest of my face with our Scarlet Concealer, the lightest color concealer that we have. Again, you're just going to put, hey Alexis, hey Marissa. Okay, so I just put just a tiny bit of concealer. This concealer is so pigmented that a little bit goes a crazy, crazy, crazy long way. Okay, so I highlight underneath my eyes. That's all I've done so far. I'm going to highlight my chin, the bridge of my nose, and in between my eyebrows. Okay, so my chin, my nose, and in between my eyebrows. Okay, and you can also take, when you're done with that, if you don't like the way that it is sitting on your face, if it looks like it's not blended very well, take your little blending bud and just dab it. With the blending buds, you don't ever want to wipe. You want to dab, 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 okay? Hey, Macy, hey, Anna. Okay, so we're just going to dab with that. Oh, Harper heard Alexis's name. She's got to come and say hi. Okay, so now that's the only place that I highlight my face. I do highlight my eyes. I use the Angelic Loose Mineral Pigment. And I use, this is our liner shader brush. Hey Hannah, and I just dip it into our Angelic Pigment. And I've already done it, of course. And then I just kind of go in between my eyes right here and highlight. Okay? So that is where I highlight my eyes. I did use the Angelic Pigment. Oh, it's hot. I use the Angelic Pigment on my lips. I use Ritzy lipstick, and then I put the Angelic Pigment on my lips just to give them a little bit of sparkle. I just stuck my finger in it and just dabbed it on my lips. Yes, Brianna, come over, and we'll have to go over all makeup with you. We can color match you and everything. And then how I highlight the top of my eyes is I just use, this is a concealer brush that I will use on my face to put concealer on, of course, and I won't put any more on it. I'll just use what's ever left over, and I'll just go underneath my eyebrows with it. Okay, so just underneath my eyebrows with what's ever left over on the concealer brush, okay? Alrighty, so now to contour. This is my favorite part. It really slims your whole entire face, and I love the trio. Okay, so this is the light trio. Okay, so we have our, Brianna, have to message me and we will set up a day. So I have our contouring brush. And then this is the light trio. I'm just going to swipe it in here. And this is like a cream. So the powder, or the highlighting was a powder, like a pressed powder. And then the contouring is a cream. Okay, so you want to highlight kind of where your cheekbone kind of sinks in just a little bit. So I'm going to highlight or contour right here. Okay, you're going to go all the way back into your hair. Hey, Leah. Okay, so you're going to put the brush down. Okay. Doesn't look a whole lot in my phone, but in the actual mirror it does look like I have quite a bit done. Okay, so now with this, you're going to take your brush and you're going to like whisk it up. Okay, this is what's going to blend it in. You're not going to wipe it up. You're just going to kind of like whisk it up. Make sure it's all the way back into your hairline. Okay, so just kind of keep whisking it up. You're going to keep on blending and blending and blending. Okay, I like to take my brush this way. Okay, so, put my hair back. You can just tell that this cheek looks a lot thinner than this one already. Okay, so that is where I contour. Another way to contour is with our concealers. Like I used our concealer to highlight with, and I'm going to use, this is Cypress. So this is, it used to be our darkest shade concealer, but now we have 3 other shades that are darker. So this is the 4th darkest concealer that we have now. Okay, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to put just a little bit on my finger. Okay, just a little bit is all you need. And I'm going to, okay, start at the same spot, like back here. I'm just going to like dab it. Okay. And then I'm going to take my blending bud And I'm just going to kind of dab it in. The blending buds, all you want to do is dab. You don't ever want to wipe. You can use the blending buds wet or you can use them dry. If you use it wet right underneath the water, squeeze all the water out, then your makeup stays on the surface of the sponge and doesn't absorb into it. Okay? So, yeah. That is how we contoured with the Cypress Concealer.
I really want some of that.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so another way we can contour with is our Beachfront Bronzer. This is half matte and half shimmer. This is shade Malibu. Malibu is probably my favorite. It's probably the darkest bronzer we have. Sunset's the lightest, Hermosa's the medium, and then Malibu is the darkest. And I love to use it with our blush brush because it's a smaller brush, more precise into where I want to put it. Sometimes I'll even put it on top of where I've contoured on my cheeks, either with the Sculpting Trio or with the concealer, because this has shimmer in it. And I think this also kind of helps blend things out just a little bit more too, because it is a powder, okay? So, give me a little blush. And we also want to contour our forehead just along your hairline. Okay, that's where the sun hits your hair, and blend it back into your hair. Okay? So, now, I highlighted here, and we contoured right below it. I don't want, when I do my hairline, I don't want to contour over my highlight right here, okay? So I contoured about here. This is the highlight, and then we contoured right underneath again, okay? So you want to leave that open right there, okay? So, okay, see, we contoured my forehead. And then I'm also going to put just a little bit more over my cheeks. You just want to dab with this. Dab, 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 dab. Okay? Harper Alexa says you're cute. Okay, so dab, 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 dab. Okay, so let me take a look in my mirror here. I think we look pretty good. Okay, so you can also contour, like I said earlier, with our pressed powder. So this pressed powder is cashmere, and I like to kind of contour with this every once in a while as well. It's a pressed powder, so you're just going to use a regular brush, Mama. And then you can dip it into the pressed powder. Dip it in the pressed powder, and then just kind of wipe it. Okay? All right, Harper, you want to grab that? Okay, so what else did I have? Oh, so I learned this from a black status presenter. Who did I learn it from? Liz Medley, I think. Okay, so she contours with the self-tanning spray. What she does, you're going to do this at night. You're going to take the spray, you're going to do a couple spritzes into your sculpting brush. Okay, that's okay. That's okay, I'll grab it in a minute. A couple spritzes into your contouring brush. Harper, I'll grab it in a second, baby. And then, sorry, a couple squirts into the contouring brush, and you're just going to dab it on your cheeks, your forehead, every place that you would when you contour, and then when you wake up in the morning, you will be like naturally contoured. This is awesome to do that with. So a couple of squirts in your brush. You're going to do this at night after you've washed your face. You're ready to go to bed. You're going to take the brush with the self-tanning spray on it. You're going to dab it in your cheeks. Over here, dab in your cheeks to your forehead. 10 minutes later, you're going to go to bed. You're going to wake up in the morning, and you will have a natural contour on your face. Okay? The Sculpting Trios. There are light and medium, and there's a dark one too. This is the medium, and I think it's pretty dark. Okay, so I have on the Honey BB cream and then the Hermosa body bronzer today, and I always use the light one. Sometimes when I use the self-tanning spray, I can get my face to be like a satin or a cashmere color, but I still use the light one. I think that the medium Sculpting Trio is really dark, so I would not suggest this unless you are like cashmere or above in foundation, okay?
Mama, can I please have some of that?
Sure. Alright, I think I've used everything except for the last finishing touch. Oh, there's two more. Okay, so the next thing that I like to do is the blush. Okay, I love Seductive Blush. That's my favorite blush. The blush is, yep, over in that mirror. The Seductive Blush is my favorite. Okay, so we highlighted here and we contoured here. Your blush is going to go right in the middle of it. What is that, like that Neapolitan ice cream or whatever? vanilla, strawberry, and the chocolate. So that's what you're going to kind of remember. A little bit goes a really long ways. It's very highly pigmented. So a couple little dabs. And then you're going to start back here at your hairline and just dab. Okay?
How do you do it?
And that is all the blush that I do. Depending on your face shape, you might put it in a couple different spots. You might smile and do your apples. Some people do that. This is how I like to do my blush and how I like it on me.
How do you do it?
Then I like to put a little bit of shimmer into my cheekbones. You can use this far one here in the far one here in the Sculpting Trio. What is it, the Illuminator or whatever it's called. You can use this, use your finger, rub it around there, and you can kind of like dab it here. And the nice thing about these is it shows you exactly where to put everything. Plus it comes with a little pamphlet that you can read up on too, so you know exactly where to put things.
What is this color?
One second. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our angelic pigment to add a little bit of shimmer. When I do weddings and stuff, I always kind of go a little heavy on this because it makes women feel like they're like princesses. You know, they have like a little bit of shimmer on their face, and it's their wedding day, and they just love it. Okay, so this is my only non-unique brush that I have as well. 1 minute, okay. 1 minute, okay. Okay, so a little bit of this on my brush. A tiny bit is all you need. I'm just going to go right here. Right in that highlight that you did. Just going to add a little bit of shimmer. You see that right there? See that reflecting? Okay. A little bit on the other side. Highlighting and contouring can be it is a piece of cake. And there's no right or wrong to it either, okay? Find out what you like and what works best for you and do that, okay? And I think that is it. If anyone has any questions or wants to get together to go over things and see what you like best on you, we can do that. Just send me a message. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.